Hello everyone and welcome to my garden again this afternoon. It's a little bit chilly. The sun came out a minute ago and it was actually quite nice and warm, so hopefully the breeze will blow the clouds away and we'll have some sun again. So today we're going to be looking at some of the seedlings that I sowed a few weeks ago now, and this is the next step. And this will be potting on, so I'm just going to wait for a few people, one or two people to join, and then I'll start and show you how to do that. So looks as if we haven't got anyone at the moment, so yeah, maybe we'll just wait until we get a couple more people and then we'll start with the pricking out of the seeds. So yeah, these are French marigolds that I sowed a couple of weeks ago now, and as you can see, most of them have germinated and come through. So it's quite a nice, relaxing thing to do. Hi Ros, good afternoon. We are planting some seeds, so potting on will be interesting. Great. Oh, this is just the one for you then, Ros. So I'll make a start. We've got a few people watching. Okay, so as I say, these are the French marigolds, and we're going to pot these on. Now, when you go on to pot seeds, you have to. Oh, hi, yes, Jackie. Hello. Yes, it is chilly. It is really chilly today. As I said just a minute ago, the sun came out and it was really warm. So I'm just hoping that this breeze we've got will blow the clouds away. So. Yeah, so when we start pricking out the seedlings, we just have to wait until they get their first true leaves. So if you think this might be a good one to show you, so if you can see the seedling here, these seedlings, these are the seed leaves, the round ones, and as soon as they start getting the leaves that look like the actual plant themselves, so as I said, these are French marigolds, you can start pricking them out. These are slightly small, but yeah, this is what I had planned for this week, so we're going to go with it anyway. So you want quite small pots, because obviously these are small seedlings, they don't want to be in great big pots. So even little egg cups, you can use them, or you can use like egg cartons, anything like that would be fine. But then you may have to pot them on again, but something like this would be great, because then they could grow to that and then you can put them in the ground. So how's everybody been this week? Got Jeanette watching. Hi Jeanette, it's nice to hear from you as well. So I've got some soil here, my little tray, and you just make sure you've got rid of all the lumps in the compost. Give it a little tap just to level it out. And what I do is I just take another pot here and just gently firm that compost down, just to take out any air. So there you go, that's the soil already. And so to take the seedlings out, what I use is an old fork here, but you can use a plant label or anything sort of quite delicate, you know, just to gently tease the plant out. If I move this closer to me, I think you might see it a little bit better. Okay, let's move this back. Okay, so what we do, we hold the seedling by the leaf, because if you hold it by the stem, you could crush the stem, and that's where the plant gets all its food and water from. So with a leaf, especially the seed leaf, it wouldn't matter if that broke. So you then gently tease out the seedling. There you go, and I just hold that up so you can see now it's got its true leaves. It's got quite a nice long healthy root system there. So then what I do, take the end of my fork, just make a little hole in this pot here, and then just pop that in, gently pop that down into the soil and firm that in. So there you go. So I'll do another one. It's quite a nice thing to do actually. It's quite therapeutic because you're you're just really focusing on the task, and you're not really thinking about everything else. So you're just really looking at what you're doing. It's quite nice. It's even nicer to do it in a warm polytunnel like we have at Westcliff, not standing outside in a garden when it's a bit on the chilly side. So anyone else there? If you're there, you can give me a wave, say hi. Hi Danny, how are you? Nice to hear from you. So as I say, there we go. So you've got your pot with the soil in, and just tap that down just to firm that. And then we're going to take another seedling. Again, being really careful not to touch the stem, not to break the stem, but just to hold it by the leaf. Let's give you another little look and say, oh, hi Christine, how are you? So you take the end of the fork, just make a little hole in the soil, in the pot, just pop that in, then gently firm that plant in, and that should grow away. So it'd be really nice actually in a couple of weeks time to come back and look at these to see how they've done. When you're putting on seedlings, you want a compost that's got a little bit more nutrient in it, rather than just bog standard seed or your soil, because they're going to need this to grow a little bit. So Jackie's saying, waiting for the warmer weather. We are supposed to have this weekend, and then hoping to plant out some cosmos. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I didn't get round to sowing any cosmos this year, Jackie, but a bit slow with seed sowing, but yeah, it'd be great. So these, I'll do another one and just talk you through like this, what the seed leaf is. So just pop that down in another pot. Let's take this out very gently. Try not to break any of the roots. So these little tiny seedlings, if you can see, you've got the seed leaves there. They're actually their proper name is cotyledons, and that's what the seed leaf is called. And once the plant develops into its, with its true leaves, these ones just wither up. So they're just basically there just to start the plant off. Oh, Christine says she's fine. That's good. Good, glad to hear it. There you go. So, right, so there's a few there that I've planted. There we go. So what I would do, I'd carry on with those and pop them all up. Give them a water. Don't water them on your bench or anything where you're working, because otherwise it'll be a real muddy mess. So put them in put them on the ground and give them a very light watering, and still keep them under cover until they've got a little bit bigger. And then once the weather warms up, you can get those out into the garden. They can go in pots, or they can go with vegetables, or anything like that. Yeah, so I wanted to talk about seed sowing and conditions to sow them. So unfortunately I haven't got a greenhouse, so anyone watching, any family or friends that want buy me a birthday present, then I'm up for that. You can club together, I don't mind. So yeah, I have to grow most of my seedlings on a windowsill, and it's a north facing windowsill, so it's really it doesn't really get an awful lot of light. So you might have heard the term when seedlings go leggy, which is basically what's happened to this. So it's grown very quickly, and it's grown sort of over to one side to try and get to the light. And this is one that was grown in a polytunnel. This is a climbing French bean, is it? I think. Oh no, actually, it's very no, this is the climbing French bean, but you can see again very leggy. and then this is one that's just been grown in a greenhouse, and that's obviously put on a lot of more shorter growth and more leafy growth. So this is really what you want. But if you haven't got a greenhouse or any outside glass space to grow, you can still plant these, and they'll still do fine. And in fact, if you grow tomatoes and they get too leggy, what you can do with those is you can bury the stem. So when you repot them into your pots like this, you can bury the stem, and that will give them a nice sort of sturdy growth. And yeah, that would be great. So yeah, it's weird with plants, because they need light to grow. So they do have this kind of like it's called a tropism, actually, like a phototropism. So anyone that can remember their GCSE science, or their going back as far as me, it's O level. It's basically how a plant grows towards a stimulus. So it's growing longer to get to the light, to reach to the light. So really, when this happens, if you can get them out into a covered sheltered area in the garden or somewhere like that, then they should still be okay to grow. So that's all fine. Yeah, so I'll do another one of these for anyone that's just joined us. So hi, Robert's there. Hello Robert, how are you doing? It's nice, we've got quite a few people watching, so that's really good. So here we go with putting the soil in the pots again. I'm sure lots of you, lots of members that Growing Together have done this loads of times, and I'm not teaching you anything new. You could probably teach me a few things. So firm that down. So this could take, quite a long time actually to do these, and as I say, it's really a nice thing to, it stops you worrying about anything. You can just concentrate on the task in hand. Again, I'm going to carefully take this one out with my trusty fork. Again, it's got a nice long root on there, and remembering to hold it by the leaf, because that's really important. As I said before, the way the plant gets all its nutrients is through the stem. So any that carries its food and its water up to its leaves, so from the roots, from the soil. So you really don't want to squash that. I'll pop that in. There we go. Oh, sun's shining now. Good, that's good. Hope it's shining where you are. So Robert, hi Rob. Yep. Oh, you're good. That's great. I'm pleased to hear it. Hopefully it won't be too long before we can get back to Growing Together. So that's really it for like potting up these French marigolds. And what I'm going to try and do every week now is for people that are going to do our horticulture course. I was just going to look at a couple of plants that you could perhaps look at and try and learn for the before the course, which would be really good. I've got a lot of things that are going to come out and going to flower very soon, but it just needs that, like Jackie said, just needs that little bit of heat. So hopefully when we get that at the weekend, that'll be really, really good. So yeah, I was going to look at, first of all, I must say last week I was talking about irises, and I mentioned the iris. I don't know why I called it. I think I made up some name, but it's actually Silbratica. Yeah, Silbratica. I think I called it something completely different, but that's the blue iris. I'll show you that one in a minute. So yeah, let's have a look at some plants. I think we'll have a little walk round and see about 3, and then I can put them on the website afterwards on the live, and you can try and learn them. So I'm just going to turn the camera around. Okay. Yeah, so this is the iris. I got the name wrong. I got it right on the live thing, but actually on the filming I said the wrong name. So if you go back on the photographs, you'll see that one. So I've got some little Alpine strawberries here, quite a lot of these, and they're quite good ground cover, and I've potted on a few, so I've taken that because they propagate by sending out runners, but they're really sweet because you do actually get fruits from them. And if I get going really close here, you can see this has got a little strawberry, and I think that one might even be ripe, but they're really sweet because they're just like tiny mini strawberries, and you can eat them. They're absolutely fine. They're quite nice to actually decorate if you bake cakes or anything like that. You could put them on cakes or put them in your cereal. So they're quite a nice little. I think we've got quite a few of these growing under the oak tree at Westcliff. So that's called an Alpine Strawberry. So as I say, what I'll do, I'll take a photo of that, put that on the live website, and then with the Latin name, and perhaps maybe if you fancy having a go, you can have a go and learning that one. Great. And the next one I've got is, let me just have a look here, as I've written them down so I wouldn't forget. We've got, yeah, there we go. So a bench there, that isn't a plant. We've got this little ground cover one here that's just coming out. It's called a Persicaria, and that's that one. So it's like a long stem, and it's got like a pink drumstick flower on the top, and that's really pretty actually. That's only just coming out now, so this whole area will be covered in these, although I've got a euphorbia here that's kind of like taken over, so that some of that might need to come out, so this one can spread a little bit further. So yeah, I'll take a nice close-up photo of that and put that on the website. Oh, I've got a message from Annette. So Christine, our birthday queen, says hello. She's very excited by some news. Oh, some baby news. Oh, that's really nice. Oh, you'll have to tell me more. Okay, so the one other little, this is like a little alpine plant here. Let's move around. It's just gone over actually. That's a shame. It's a bright pink. This one that's sticking up here. It's called a saxifrage. So I might need to find another photo of one of those, because it's a brighter pink colour than that, and it's just gone over. And that's a really nice alpine plant. So that's good for rockeries and that kind of thing. So yeah, that's quite pretty. And I've just got like this little stone trough here, and they do quite well in that. I think anything like that, any sort of alpine or these little house leeks do well in stuff like that. So. Okay, well, I'll just take you back and we'll have a look at, just have a quick close-up of those plants we've just potted up, and then I think, yeah, let's just have a quick look at those. There we go. So these are the French marigolds that I've just potted up, and as you can see, so I'll finish that tray, and then there's another tray there, so perhaps do that another day. We've got quite a few little seedlings that I sowed with you that are all sort of coming up, and it's really good to see that some of them, there's one in here. It's called Sweet Sicily. It's like it's a perennial flower, and it's really pretty. And those seeds were quite a few years old actually, and they've germinated, which is really good. I've also got some chives. There's some chives there that's just going to start coming into flower. It's just a little bit chilly at the moment, so as soon as this weather does turn, everything will burst out into flower. Okay. So, anyone got any news or anything that you want to let me know? So Christine, when is the best time? Oh, Christine Steele is asking, when is the best time to deadhead irises? well, really, once they've finished flowering, as soon as anything's finished flowering, just deadhead it, because what's going to happen is that plant's going to put all its energy into that flower head to produce seed, and that's going to drain the energy from the actual plant itself. So and Christian's also asking, best place to plant irises. Well, they really like it quite sunny and hot, so anywhere sort of south facing, anywhere that gets sun most of the day would be good. So that's great. Okay, anyone else? Well, I hope you all have a nice rest of the week, and I'll see you next week, and hopefully it will be a bit warmer, and we can look at something else. It's so cold today, even the dog who usually comes out to join me, he's decided it's too cold, so he's staying in. But hopefully he'll come out, and we'll have a nice weekend. Okay, well, take care everybody, and see you soon. Okay, take care. Bye.